So once upon a time, there was a big problem in the universe. It was so big, in fact, that every single species that was smart enough to have space travel met up for a summit on the moon of Tarsus. Now, usually having everyone in one place wasn't a good idea. There were too many differences, too much history. But this time, it was necessary. They called it the final accord. If nothing could stop them from destroying each other now, then maybe nothing could, not even the ghosts of their past. For centuries, humanity's seat had been empty. Their worlds were lost to time and silence, or so everyone assumed. But as the summit dragged on without resolution, hope faded, and some delegates grew desperate. They were ready to walk away, even if it meant war. And then, just when things seemed darkest, a lone ship emerged from the void. It was old, slower than light speed, patched together with jury-rigged engines. It was obviously ancient. As it approached, every eye in the galaxy watched as the airlock hissed open and a ramp unfolded. No one believed their eyes. Out stepped an old man, barely 5 feet tall, wrapped in a faded blue jacket, holding a simple briefcase. He walked slowly, leaning heavily on a cane. He moved with surprising strength, considering how old and frail he looked. The delegates gasped. Was he strong? Was he dangerous? Then the man limped forward, steadied himself, and smiled. "Hello," he said simply. "I'm here about the job opening." The delegates stared back, confused. What did he mean? And the man continued. "You see, back on Earth long ago, before the end, we too had a time of fear and division. We fought many wars over land and power. We nearly destroyed ourselves. So we understood what you were going through, and in the end, we learned something sometimes. All you need is to remember you're not alone." The man paused. "And since no one has sat in the human seat for over 500 years, I figured I might as well fill in for my kind." Everyone was speechless. Was this human strong? Was he dangerous? Or was he just crazy? Did he really think he could help them? Then the man continued, "Now, I don't know much about you folks, so I'll be brief. In my world, we had a saying. Music expresses that which cannot be said, and on which it is impossible to be silent. Our best poets captured our hopes and dreams in song. It gave us courage when we were afraid. It helped us heal when we were hurt. It reminded us of who we were and what we could be. Do you have something like that? Something that gives you hope? If not, I can help." The man reached for his briefcase and opened it. Inside was an old, beaten music player. He pulled it out carefully and held it aloft. "Here, I bring you a gift from my world. It's the last music of the humans. Please, take it. Let it remind you that even in the darkest hours, you are not alone." The delegates stared at the strange device, confused and wary, but the man insisted. "Please, before the end, we humans loved music. Maybe it can help you too. Listen closely." He placed the device on a nearby console and pressed a button. Soft music filled the chamber. It wasn't loud, just a gentle melody. But it seemed to wrap around the room, weaving its way into every corner. It stirred something inside them, a feeling they hadn't felt in ages, but somehow knew deep in their hearts. Then the man spoke again. "This is for the Sonari. Remember that little girl you once saw dancing in the starlight? She never stopped dancing, not even when the shadows grew long and the cold wind blew. Because in her heart there was music. This is for the Vlith. Do you hear that? That's the song your brother sang to you when you were scared. Don't forget that even in the darkest times, love remains." The Vlith blinked, surprise flickering across his face. "What? How?" The human continued, oblivious. "And this is for the car. It's the lullaby your mother hummed as she cradled you. It's the sound of home. It's the sound of family. Don't ever let it fade." The car's eyes widened as memories flooded back, their faces softened. They had almost forgotten that feeling. Almost. The music swelled, lifting their spirits. Slowly, the delegates leaned forward, entranced. All around the room, memories flickered to life. Old joys, lost families, forgotten dreams. The music wove its way through the chamber, binding them together in a tapestry of shared humanity. The man watched, a gentle smile on his face. He didn't know their stories, but he knew the music. It was universal, timeless. It spoke a language that transcended words. And as the melody echoed through the room, something remarkable happened. The delegates forgot their anger. They forgot their fears. All around them, faces softened, eyes filled with tears. They remembered why they had come to the summit in the first place. Peace. Yes. There had been centuries of war. Yes. There had been countless betrayals. Yes. There had been so much death. But there was also hope. The hope of a better future. A future worth fighting for. The man took a deep breath, feeling the music resonate within him. It wasn't just a song. It was a testament to the enduring spirit of hope. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit could endure. And as the final notes faded away, the man felt a sense of satisfaction. He had done his part. Now it was up to them. Then the council's leader stood, his face pale but determined. He looked at the man, then at the assembled delegates. "Brothers and sisters," he began, his voice echoing through the chamber, "today we stand at the precipice of a new era. For too long, we have been consumed by hatred and fear, blinded by the darkness that threatened to engulf us. But today, we are given a second chance. Today, we choose hope." The man smiled, tears welling up in his eyes. He knew then that he had done the right thing. He had brought them together. Then the leader continued, "The accord is renewed." A cheer erupted as the delegates embraced, tears streaming down their faces. They had found peace. They had found hope. And it was all because of a simple melody. The man watched, a gentle smile on his face. He didn't know their names, but he knew their music, and in that moment, it didn't matter. He had done his part. Now it was up to them. When the cheering died down, the leader turned back to the man, his face solemn. "Who are you? What brings you here?" The man hesitated, unsure how to answer. Then he smiled and said, "My name doesn't matter. I'm just a messenger of hope." With that, the man vanished. He left them to their celebration, to their peace, to their hope. He didn't need to stay. He had done his part. The rest was up to them. The galaxy rejoiced. The man walked among them, a ghost from the past, a harbinger of hope. They didn't know his name, but they knew his music. And everywhere he went, joy followed. The man was Elias Gray, the last human diplomat, and he had just saved the galaxy. "Oh, you want more? Okay, here's more. Do you remember the man in blue? What do you think he's up to these days?" "Well, it's hard to say. He's a mysterious sort, always getting involved in weird stuff. Like, remember that time he fixed the broken star? Or when he rescued those space whales? He's always off on some grand adventure. I've heard rumors that he's even visited other universes. Apparently he's quite the character, and he's got a thing for Earth music. Strange habit, huh? Anyway, if you ever see him, be sure to say hello. He's always up to something, and you never know where he'll pop up next."